Hello and welcome to my channel and happy 12 days of Multichromas. I'm posting a multichrome video every day for 12 days all the way through the 25th of December. And today's video is actually about an eyeshadow palette that recently came out that has some multichromes in it. And it is the Magic Lamp palette from Klarity Kosmetics. This is what the outside packaging looks like. And then this is what the inside looks like. I really was intrigued by these shimmers, the way they look in the pan. They just look like they were going to be so foiled and so beautiful and metallic. And the ones that are multichromes would be very shifty. I do want to mention how large this palette is. I was expecting it to be more of the ABH size, so this is an ABH palette in perspective of the Klarity palette, so definitely quite a bit large. The pans are much larger in the Klarity palette. Let me just get these up so I can show you together. So here's the inside for comparison, and the palette did come with a brush, which is why there's a slot right here, and that's the brush over here. It is a dual-ended brush, and it feels like it's pretty nice quality. It doesn't feel like anything like really scratchy or anything like that. Definitely synthetic. So let's talk about the pricing of the palette. It is $49, and then shipping was $9.95, and then the tax, which will obviously depend on where you live, was another $3.68. So I paid a total of $62.63 for this palette, which is pretty expensive. There are, however, 3 multichromes. They are Genie, Set You Free, and Make-A-Wish. Then Diamond in the Rough is a metallic. Street Rat is said to be a duochrome. I can kind of see it. And then Happy Ending is more of a satin. It is called like a metallic in the website description, but it's pretty satin. It doesn't have much shine to it at all. So let's get right into the 2 looks, and then I'll give you some of my thoughts at the end of the video. Priming with the Give Me Glow Parchment Eye Primer. I just recently got this sticker roll from Makeup a Murder, and basically they're just tape that you can use for doing eyeliner or eyeshadow, just so you have a sharp outer edge. So I'm putting that down. And I'm using the brush that came in the palette, actually. It looks like a really nice quality brush. So I'm going to go in with A Friend Like Me, which is the yellow, and I'm just going to put it in the inner third of my crease. This does have sparkles throughout it, but as you can already start to see, they kind of just blend away. There's so much kick up in the pan. This is probably one of the most powdery formulas I've tried in a while. Going in with Do You Trust Me? And I'm going to put that through the other half of my crease. Blending it in with the yellow a little bit and blending out the edge of the red. This brush seems pretty nice. It is a little bit larger than I like, but that's blending out pretty nicely. I'm gonna go back in with a little bit more yellow. Now I literally have sparkles everywhere again. I'm gonna use a smaller brush on the outer corner, going in with Uh-Oh, which is also super powdery, and that's why I haven't done my foundation yet. And I'm just blending that into the red, and that blended so nicely into it. I'm gonna take 3 Wishes and just blend it into this outer corner. Going in with the Glow Harder primer from Give Me Glow, and I'm gonna create a half cut crease. And I'm going to just spread this out a little bit and tap it down. Picked up Make-A-Wish with the other side of the brush that came in the palette. Ooh, and that's coming on real nice. I have already used this shade in a previous video that I did for TikTok. Next I'm going in with a Diamond in the Rough above that. Just want to see what this shade looks like when it's on. I'm going to take the blending brush and just go over the outer edge over here. Make sure it's all nice and blended. Get a really nice sharp line. Goes a bit way back. Finishing the lower lash line with Uh-Oh. Connecting it to the outer corner. I'm gonna kind of soften up this harsh edge a little bit. I'm gonna bring a Diamond in the Rough as my inner corner kind of highlight. In the waterline, I have LA Girl Screamin' eyeliner, and I put on the Kiss Veil lashes. Here's the first finished look. Again, priming with Gimme Glow Parchment. Going in with A Whole New World on the inner half of my crease. And just blending that out. This is so powdery as well. So much kick up in the pan. And it does feel, it just has that feel. Because of that, when I put it on my lid as well, I can feel the formula's super loose. And then Magic Carpet on the other side. I forgot to put my sticker on. I'm gonna take this one a little lower. And again, so much kick up in the pan. And this is getting patchy on me. Oh, do you see that right there? I'm gonna go in with just a tiny bit, which literally I need to show you how much is in this pan because it's a lot. All right, that is staying patchy. I'm not really sure what's going on there. So I'm going in with Uh-Oh because it is the only deepening up matte shade really in this palette besides the red. And I'm going to see if I can kind of bring it up in there to try to cover the patchiness. But I feel like this shade's actually starting to get a little patchy. Going in with just a little bit of the purple. And just blending it out here. And I just still can see that patchiness. It's really strange why it's doing that. Going in with Gimme Glow Harder. And again doing half cut crease. Again tapping it out. Going in with Genie, which is this beautiful multi-chrome duochrome shade. It's a very interesting texture. And above that, going in with Set You Free. This is such a beautiful shade, but after swatching it, it was so loose in the pan. Like, this is very gently pressed in there. I'm gonna try to bring this up higher, again, to try to cover up the patchiness. Just bringing it down and blending it into that other shade. I'm gonna actually take a little bit more of the other shade and taking this brush on the outer corner, and I feel like it's getting patchy. So I'm just gonna tap on a little bit more. I'm gonna see if I can just like place the purple here. So like not do really any blending, just place it. And it's still just doing the patchiness. Last resort is always going in with a finger because for some reason, sometimes if I tap it on with a finger, it actually sticks. All right, that sticks, but now I have sparkles everywhere. So I'm gonna just try to blend the edge without getting it, without making, oh, nope, that's just revealing the patchiness. All right, that is, I guess, what we get. I tried. Just gonna go back in on this outer corner because that got patchy. Finishing with Uh-Oh under my lower lash line, just connecting it. And I'm bringing Set You Free as my inner corner highlight. I put on the Kiss Veil lashes, and in the waterline, I have the Aquamarine eyeliner from ColourPop. And here's the second finished look. So I did also play with this palette off camera, and I've created 2 other looks. I did do a look for a TikTok as well as the look that is in the Kaleidos Gifted Highlighter video. I'm wearing this palette, so I do feel like I have a decent kind of idea on how I feel about this palette. So first, let me talk about the mattes. They're so powdery. They're almost like lightly pressed or something. They're even more powdery than my experience with the Berry Royal palette, like extreme powderiness, probably one of the most powdery eyeshadows I've tried in a long time, though they are very pigmented, which is a plus. However, I did experience an issue with the Uh-Oh shade in the palette when I filmed my TikTok, and then I didn't have an issue on the side, but I did a little bit on this side, and I really think it's because it is just so powdery that you don't really want to put on too much because it's almost like it will just blend away and it won't want to layer. So that is something to keep in mind. The 2 shades up here, Magic Carpet and A Friend Like Me, It's basically a sequin shade, so it has a bunch of sparkles throughout it. I just don't see a point in these kinds of eyeshadows, regardless from what brand they come out of, because the sparkles usually just blend away, unless you're, of course, just like intentionally packing this on all over the lid and you want the sparkles. But even then, I think they're just so loose, even especially because how loose the matte formula is, that they're just gonna kind of fly away. So not really too excited. I had an issue with patchiness with Magic Carpet. I really think, again, it's because it's so powdery. So now into the shimmers. Just even from when I first swatched these, they're very loosely pressed again. Set You Free kind of really almost like came out of the pan just by a light swatch of it. Overall, most of these shades feel pretty flaky, especially Genie, Set You Free, Street Rat, and Make a Wish, and even Diamond in the Rough. They're like very small flakies that are pressed, so they apply really smooth. Definitely would recommend some sort of a primer or something to help these stick down. But even just when you're swatching them and you're seeing how they look swatched, you can tell that they're not like super smooth metallic. There's a little bit of texture there. And then Happy Ending is a satin shade. It really is not that metallic. It is, however, very smooth, but it did almost like kind of hard pan a little bit for me. So overall, I honestly can't say if I would recommend this palette unless you're totally fine with some of the flakier eyeshadows. They are smooth though, so they don't like accentuate skin texture once you get them on, but just the way that you have to work with them. So let me know if you have this palette or you plan on picking it up. I would love to hear your thoughts. And that's everything for this video. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And if you're new to my channel, I would love it if you subscribe. There's so much multichrome content up on my channel and much more to come. You don't want to miss out. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you next time.